Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I am Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. How you doing, man?
I am doing excellently, Tasteless. Thank you for asking.
No problem. Dude, we got some great games coming up here today. This is the GSL, the largest esports tournament in the world, not just for Starcraft, but everywhere. We have a huge prize pool. First place getting $87,000. And I got to say, we got a ton of very exciting players here today. Some upsets from yesterday. The fruit dealer actually being eliminated.
Yeah.
What a shocker. Did not expect that to happen.
Man.
I don't know if we're going to have any upsets today. I think our two biggest players here today is going to be Nada and Hydra. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Of course, that is in the later half of today's games.
It is. But first, we have OGS Ensnare against Kyrix from Zenith. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We got to talk about every match we're going to do today and the players that got through to the top 16, because this is the top 16, and today is the first half of that. We have 8 players playing today, 8 playing tomorrow. Something very important to remember is after next GSL, the third GSL, this is the second, then we're going to have it by classes. And if you have made the top 8 of a GSL, then you go into the S class.
Yeah.
And so anyone that wins tonight goes into that S class. Now let's take a look here. 7 Zerg, 6 Terran, 3 Protoss made it through. Really different from the last top 16. I believe we had 2 Zergs. Definitely getting the game a lot more balanced. A lot of the good Protosses dropped out very early this time. What can I say, man?
Well, they had some pretty bad strategies, especially the games we were casting previously here. Some pretty brutal losses from these guys here.
Here are our Zerg players. Kyrix, Zenith. We have Check Prime, Lenok, Hydra, Xenio, Nesty, and the Wind. The only, Lenok, unknown, and Kyrix probably doesn't belong in the top 16.
Over here for the Terrans, we got OGS Ensnare, Hope Torture, Nada, Boxer, Slayer's Boxer. Don't confuse them. They are 2 different people. And Loner.
That's right. Pretty exciting. Those 2 are going to play tomorrow. And then we have Songho, Inca, and Next Genius for the Protoss. We are missing some pretty big Protoss names. Hongan played a pretty terrible first round against Kyrix and got knocked out. Otherwise, he would have been here quite easily.
Yeah.
And, of course, Tester lost very early on. So
brutal loss for Tester, also known as SSKS. He was eliminated, kind of sad about that. Yeah. But it's interesting to see how quickly the landscape of who's here and who isn't here is changing. Yeah. I thought it was going to be more consistent with Season 1. It's not.
Best of 3s are very volatile. Yeah. The qualification rounds are getting harder every time. Kisu, a.k.a. Tester, he faced a really hard opponent in there who actually did really well against Hope Torch, who got second last season and went 1-2 against him. So, it's just some of our best Protoss players didn't make it in. That's why we have less here. The game, though, looking much more balanced than it did last season.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Hope Torture is playing today. I don't know why I didn't mention him as some of the big-name players who are in this. Excuse me for that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him play as well. We have no Protosses in our games today, unusually enough.
Yeah, the Protosses are all playing tomorrow.
3 TVZs and a ZVZ. So this is the first time this has happened for us, but it's going to be pretty exciting to see so many Zergs. A Zerg in every single game. Are you excited, Artosis?
I am really excited because 5 Zergs playing, that is a holiday for me, Tasteless.
I think we're supposed to make a wish when something like this happens.
Yeah. And let's take a look. These are our matches for today. We have OGS Ensnare against Kyrix Zenith. Then Hope Torture from ST. You got second last season against Check Prime. That's a pretty exciting one. I can't wait to talk about that later. Lenok, the relative unknown, against OGS Nada, the relative super known. And then we have EG Hydra against OGS Xenio. And that's going to be one high-level ZVZ. Definitely the highest level ZVZ that we have seen yet.
Might be the highest level ZVZ we've seen in StarCraft 2.
Might be.
To this day, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're going to teach us this matchup and stuff. It's going to be awesome. I can't believe we're here in the round of 16 already.
Yeah, it went quick,
quickly. Yeah.
Well, we kind of left during the round of 64.
That's true.
And then came back, and it was like, whoa, here we are, round of 16. But do not fear anyone because best of 5 start in the round of 8 this time. So we're going to have the same amount of days of casting as last time, except those double-up days in the round of 64. So you guys just keep adding more and more matches. Check out that premium service. Yeah,
definitely check out the premium service. Pretty good deal for how many hours of footage you're going to get. Not a bad deal at all, so please check it out. By the way, special thanks to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson. Thank you, Blizzard. We love your game so very much. And, of course, thank you, everybody at home, for tuning in because, without the fans, esports doesn't exist. So we really appreciate it. We love you guys. And I also had something I wanted
without
to
the fans in esports, man, it's like that underwater basket weaving. Yes, it has a competitive scene,
it takes
but
some
does
skill.
anyone watch it?
No.
No.
I have yet to meet the underwater basket weaving viewers. So it's good to see that esports is growing, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's exciting to see how many countries are tuning in. We have people from all over the world watching. It's great down here at the studio. So many people coming in here. I've been meeting people from South Africa, parts of Europe. We got guys everywhere, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
From all
we got
over
a Brazilian
the world.
guy
They come
in here
in
a few days ago.
Yeah. They just fly in to watch the GSL. Maybe see a little bit of Korea on the side, but probably it's just to watch
Some of
the
these
GSL.
guys have just come here and watched GSL. I've seen these two guys that have been here every day for 2 weeks. So that's going to be their tourist experience down here. But an excellent one at that. By the way, guys, anybody can participate in the GSL. Anybody can do it. All you have to do is sign up. Make sure you sign up, by the way, if you're going to participate. Don't fly out here without signing up.
It's going to start the registration period on the 30th, which is coming up in like a day or two. That's Saturday. So
I think
Saturday, you can go to GOMTV.net and sign up, but only if you're going to be in Korea during the actual dates.
Please do not sign up if you're not coming out here, because that really makes it difficult. It kind of messes up brackets and stuff like that.
It messes up a lot. Our poor translator, John, has to do so much more work when we have random people like, I'll sign up. I think it's online.
And then
it's not online.
It's not online. So don't do that, because it's going to be a pain for John.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I said, though, anybody can play in this. It doesn't matter if you're a pro gamer or not. As long as you can make it out to Korea and you can use a keyboard and a mouse, you can play.
No, as long as you can use a mouse.
Yeah,
you don't even need to use a keyboard. We won't make you.
We won't make you do it.
Unplug it if you want.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
You can click on all the boxes and stuff. You probably won't win.
Play like
probably
in
won't
control.
Get 64. But you will get pretty, you at least get to experience the GSL.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. We had a lot of foreigners just come that, live in the area and stuff, and they gave it a try, and, they didn't. I think none of them made it out of the round of 60, first round of the qualifiers.
The only other new person that was a non-Korean that we had here was Loner. So
that made it anywhere. That
made it anywhere. Yeah.
So that's all right though. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyways,
hopefully it'll look different for the next season.
Yes. So I think we've talked about all that other stuff that we need to talk about. I think it's just about time to go ahead and talk about our matches today.
Yeah.
So
OGS Ensnare against Kyrix Zenith. Kyrix Zenith is kind of a lesser known here compared to Ensnare. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Kyrix Zenith. If Zerglings and Roaches were, I don't even know what to say, man. That's like what he does, though. He all-ins every game.
He does a lot of all-in moves.
I can't believe he's in this round.
I never encountered this guy at all online. I know nothing about it. I know that Zenith, like Zenex, is a pretty solid team. So
if a hole in your wall-in is the Golden Slipper or something, his Zerglings are Cinderella. He rushes people. Like when I saw him play Hongun and win, which was like the biggest upset ever in the history of the world, like bigger than Fruit Dealers in the Boxer by far.
No, that's
way
true.
bigger upset in this regard. Hongun, of course, not as good as Fruit Dealer, but
still the
Hongun
skill
very
balance
good.
in there is
Kyrix,
different.
I didn't watch his last set of games because I really didn't want to. And apparently I heard that he just cheesed Ace out as well. So
he could do it again here against Ensnare if he could.
I can't imagine it.
Two guys. Well, beat Hung and Prime, so I mean he's got to have some potential to take somebody out like that. So we'll see.
If you have your liquid bet ready, go ahead and vote for Ensnare, because Kyrix Zenith's, his little princess story of how he's getting so far in the GSL. I think it's over, man.
Crushing dreams. Well, we'll see. OGS Ensnare, of course, a very skilled player. We did see him in the Final Four here at the GSL, rather.
Yeah, he made it very far.
Yeah.
Definitely a very good player.
Let's take a look at our players. We have, of course, OGS Ensnare against Kyrix Zenith. OGS with quite a few players down here today. On the left is OGS Ensnare. As you can see, he took out Suzy Wera and TSL Rain. On the other side, we have Kyrix Zenith destroying Hung and Prime and ST Ace. So I'm curious to see how far can Kyrix get in this tournament. I really don't know. I have no idea what to expect here, so it's going to be something else.
That's right. I would be just unbelievably surprised if our solid player OGS Ensnare lost to Kyrix. I was totally convinced after watching the games against Hong. I'm like, okay, whoever he plays in the second round is going to look at that. He's going to turtle, and this kid is just going to hit a wall. But here we have Delta Quadrant, Blistering Sands, Steps of War. I'd say that's good maps for Ensnare, man.
Yeah.
Terrans normally don't like Blistering Sands against Zerg for whatever reason. But Delta Quadrant and Steps of War, definitely good maps against Zerg. If Ensnare just plays a completely solid macro-type game, I think Kyrix is going to find out that he needs to expand his play away from Ling Roach all-ins.
We'll see, man. Only time will tell.
Yep.
Delta Quadrant, of course, a real pain for the Zerg. That map is just so difficult to play on. You got that expansion. You got to destroy the rocks in the back if you want to go there, which means you have to go pull first. Otherwise, you have to go to the front, which is very easy to timing attack. 2 Rex, Marines, stuff like that.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what that poster was.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out, man.
I was looking at that. I was like,
what is that? I'm like, is it an Overlord? No. Is it a drone? No. Is it a Protoss?
It's one of those old landmines in the water. I don't know. No, I wanted to comment on it too, but I'm like, I got no idea.
I didn't even hear what you said because I was trying so hard so I could be like, and here's a picture of fill in the blank, but
yeah, that was a very strange picture.
Yeah.
We've talked about the players. We've talked about the maps. So that means pretty soon when our Korean commentators are ready, we're going to start this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I definitely want to see Ensnare play again.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him play in a while. I think we actually missed his match in the round of 64.
Yeah, we were at BlizzCon for that.
I do believe so. So it's time to see Ensnare back in action against a Zerg that has been upsetting people left and right. It looks like it is just about time to start this game, Tasteless.
Let's get ready. Over here, in the top left, we have our Terran player, a very talented player indeed. Oh, yes, get ready. OGS Ensnare. A member of Spunky's team. He's been around since the beginning, a loyal member of OGS. Down here in the bottom right, we have none other than the Rusher himself, taking out many skilled players. He is.
That's right. I got to give Kyrix his due, though. Taking out Hongan Prime is no easy feat, even with rushes. Hongan almost held.
Well, Hongan's pretty rush-proof, actually. He has a reputation for not just dying to that kind of stuff.
And then taking out Ace from the team ST. ST is a sick team, man. Startail, that's one of the best teams in Korea for sure. One of these smaller elite teams similar to TSL.
It's not as well known, but it's definitely solid.
It's got a Hope Torture. And Ace is actually a very good player. I remember his round of 64 was quite impressive. So it's pretty awesome that he got to take those guys out and make it this far. It's just my mind is blown that his second round STAs didn't look at those VODs and say, oh, I know how to stop this.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry,
it's called not moving out of my base.
I'm sorry, I almost interrupted you. I was going to say we'll probably be talking about that team a lot more now that these TSL guys are getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Both Clyde and Fruit Dealer gone.
Not a lot of ST left, though. Hope Torture, and I think that's actually the last ST left. There's a lot of different teams in this top 16, much more than last time when it seemed like it was just Prime, OGS, and, of course, TSL.
Terran, no Refiner yet.
Nope.
That's curious.
On the minimap, I see a little something brewing for the Zerg player. It's a hatchery at his expansion. Getting that before his spawning pool.
Okay, he's not getting his barracks still. He may try to proxy a barracks somewhere. Oh my god!
Oh, he's going to bunker push in, and I don't think that he can see that from there.
Let's find out with the vision button.
Oh no, he barely sees it.
Oh, what? So he just made it in vision, or does the Overlord see it? Is that what it is?
A little bit weird of Ensnare here. Maybe wants to draw these drones down, and that SCV going to go down very easily.
Second SCV out.
And the Marine's pretty far away. If he had built that a little bit further back and just bunker pushed in, it could have been a real problem for Kyrix. Because that Overlord was not really placed as well as it could have been. And starting another bunker. Cancel! And he does.
Nice
at 4 health.
there.
Pretty impressive. And
Marine's
now
out.
Drone's faster, though. And
Uh-oh.
Surround almost. Surround. No. Surround. No. Almost, though. And in the meantime, this SCV making that bunker. Will he get it up?
Is it going to finish?
Oh, if it does, that is not good for Kyrix. Gets one at Marine.
He's got to get to the bunker!
And that is a low health Marine right there.
The Lings are on the way.
Yeah, it looks
8
like he's going to
total.
have enough. Should be fine. And doesn't let that SCV repair, but he's lost a few drones, so this is all right for Ensnare. Getting some extra kills with that Marine, but that Marine will die as the Zerglings hunt him down.
What do you think about that exchange there? Who's ahead?
I would feel good as a Terran player doing that because, as we see, he is making a command center now. He killed a few drones, forced a lot of Zerglings. That's actually the bigger part of it, is the fact that he actually forced so many Zerglings. Those Zerglings all could have been drones, so the economy of Kyrix a little bit behind what he would like to have, and if you take a look at the unit count, only 15 drones against 19 SCVs, and he also has 11 Zerglings, which against that wall-in are completely useless, aside from removing destructible rocks or something like that. So I think Ensnare got the upper hand out of that for sure.
Yeah, after reflecting on what you said, I pretty much agree with that. That sounds about right. He's doing a pretty good job thus far. I think the bunker rush at the start was a little bit sloppy, making that in range where it could be seen.
Yeah, sometimes people make the bunker in range just so drones come down. Cancel the bunker, make you lose more mining time than what they get for canceling it. So,
and of course, even if the bunker finishes, you can just salvage it.
Yeah,
get all your money back.
Absolutely. Bunkers are indestructible pieces.
They're pretty good. Uh-oh.
Trying to hit that depot.
He will be chased out. Now it's Kyrix's time to tech.
Yeah, in the meantime, he's also droning quite a bit.
Yeah, no kidding. Heavily droning here.
And Ensnare hating that destructible debris. Or as some call it, debris.
Debris, I've heard that. Call it debris.
Yeah, I call it debris.
I've heard somebody call it debris. Where did we hear that?
That was me, actually.
No, but I've actually heard some people. We were talking about at BlizzCon, talking about the destructible debris.
Did someone say
and
that?
I was like, oh.
Were they making fun of me, or?
No. Of course not. I would die for you, Artosis.
I know, Tasis.
Nice catch there on the SCV. And as you can see, just trying to build as strong as possible of an economy.
Yeah, he's really droning up like crazy, man. Trying to max out his drones everywhere before he does anything else, which is a smart move because with Ensnare taking this base, the odds of him attacking right now pretty low. And as we see there on the production tab, he is getting a Baneling Nest and Zergling speed with no layer. Uh-oh, is Kyrix going to go all in? I think he might. But this time it's going to be with so many drones, I don't even know if it can be considered an all-in.
Here is the Baneling's Nest. Couldn't find it for a second. Yeah, he doesn't have a layer. I mean...
Yeah, no layer, and that's scary and risky. But, you have the Roach nowadays. You can actually fall back on that a little bit. This might actually be a pretty cool attack. He just busts in with a trillion Zerglings and expanding to another base. This is actually a very aggressive play that I approve of. I haven't seen anything quite like this, but against exactly what's happened so far, I kind of like it. And
looks like he will go for a Baneling bust.
That is a lot of Banelings.
So
I think he might be able to just go ahead and... It's a possibility he could just go in and kill, Just walk up that ramp, kill the bunker, kill the depots, and let your Zerglings do the rest while Banelings chase.
It only takes 4 Banelings to kill a depot.
Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty gross. This is a cool build. Kyrix,
yeah, I like
my
this
man.
a lot.
This is so
Damn.
much... This is not all-in-ish like we saw before, I don't think.
Oh,
not as much at least.
He doesn't even need to actually blow up the depots.
Yeah, big mistake there by Ensnare, but he does not want to hit the siege tank.
Maybe he does.
Well, okay, that didn't do as well as I saw it doing. Nice micro there by Ensnare, pulling away, letting the siege tanks do damage to the Banes. And now with siege mode up, it looks like Ensnare is looking quite good, but still, Kyrix, he is pumping out, man. He really got his economy going before that, so it's not as big a deal as it looked like that he lost all that stuff.
Looks like more Banelings on the way. Siege tanks.
Yeah,
now in siege mode, that's going to make it very difficult, if not impossible.
Yeah, if he tries that again against siege tanks in siege mode, I mean, they kill banelings pretty dead, Tasteless.
Pretty damn dead indeed. Dead. Remember the new words Gutex taught us to say in the cast.
Got deaded.
You got deaded or you got bodied.
That's right.
It's new nerd speak right here at the GSL.
We're going to steal that from the Street Fighter community because we're bigger.
We're taking your words, Street Fighter community.
There's some angry little Street Fighter nerd writing that right now.
Those are our words. Someone's on Shoryu Conforms right now complaining. No, we've taken them from you.
Our words now.
Now we see that Zerg has the drones over here, the expansion.
And what I really like that we're seeing here, look at that, 47 drones against 45 SCVs, so he's definitely keeping his drone count up. And look at this coming out against so many Zerglings and Banelings. And he is getting Baneling speed. Look at that, trying to trap any units he can with the Zerglings, so his Banelings can actually get up there. And there he goes, up with the Banes.
Oh, the Siege Tank making quick work of that.
And kills the barracks and the depot. And at the same time, his Spire, it is almost done. So, looks like I actually kind of like the position Kyrix is in right now.
Over here, the Spire. There it is.
I don't like that he hasn't laid any creep tumor in between his main and his natural. That's like a pet peeve of mine, though. And we have a little something coming around the side here.
Drop ship, or medevac. Damn it.
Medevac dropship.
Medevac.
That's actually what it's called.
Is it called the medevac dropship?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry, Taste. You got it.
Got me covered.
And Baneling speed almost done. With Baneling speed, this guy is actually going like Baneling Zergling. He's got 3 bases up. He's got really good economy going on. He's actually in a pretty good position as far as losing so many Banelings over and over goes.
OGS Ensnare just macroing up, securing this base. Before he continues with that drop. I don't know, he may want to wait until the Zerg moves out or tries to attack him to do the drop.
Yeah, maybe waiting for something like that, but he's going to move in. We have Roaches now making for Kyrix. And the drop is going on. Looks like he's going to go after that Queen a little bit. And after the drones as well. Those drones really surrounding. But with the medevac there, man, things get healed so fast. And here comes a trillion billions Banes.
So many Banelings. How many does he have now? 32?
Wow, that's a lot of Banelings. And 6 Roaches, 5 Zerglings, and a ton of drones. His economy looking very good, but he needs to take another base because Ensnare, he has got his 3rd command center up at his natural.
As you can see here in the Terrence base, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Lots of factories, lots of barracks. He may do a timing push in a little bit here.
Yeah, and we can see that his macro and his not just throwing Banelings everywhere has gotten his supply ahead a little bit. 123 against 111. Still a pretty close game, but I mean, 3 base versus 3 base, you don't want to do that for very long as Zerg. We really need to see Kyrix take another base.
So far, Terran is, I think, going to be in the lead here unless he messes up this push. Zerg has to expand again. Taking a gold base would be advisable.
That's right.
Ah, he's truly wise.
He is
taking out the destructible Debris.
Gotta get rid of that Debris, man.
The dropship is ready again. 30 energy on it here. He did get several drones in that last attack. Mutilist harassment.
Yeah, he's only got a few, though, as you see. And
he
it
did
looks
force
like
all those to stem.
It is time to move out.
Terrence pushing.
But there's a ton of Banelings here. He's got to be careful. Here they come. The Marines running back. Mutas come up and
oh my God.
He kills all of the Marines. They're going to clean up the siege tanks and Ensnare. That was like a very weird attack, but a nice drop going on at the same time, doing some damage to the economy of Kyrix here.
Going for the Spire. He needs to get that Spire badly. Drones come back in here. He turns his fire back onto the drones.
Wow, this is actually a really weird game. As you see now, the supplies, they've evened up quite a bit. We got 110-ish for Ensnare, 112 for Kyrix. So really quite close, but it's 3 base versus 3 base. The 4th base for the Zerg just going up. I feel like Ensnare, he lost way more there than he really should have. Didn't really micro as well as we've been seeing other Terrans do recently, but still, he's in a fine position. He can definitely come back from here if he tries his hardest.
Now, the gold base is going to be up soon. Terran, not in a very good position here. He does have a large army, but he did lose everything. Zerg's regathered that rather pretty quickly. Now, if Zerg can get a few drones up and hold off this attack, there's almost no way Terran can come back. It's going to be very difficult. Takes out a creep tumor, smart move. Stims.
And just some Marauders moving forward. Going to use those to try to lure some stuff in. And the Marines going after the Mutas right now. What is he doing? That is wild, but it looks like the Roaches and Banes started to engage right there. And Ensnare way in the lead.
What the hell was he doing with those Mutalisks?
That was really weird. Well,
that must have been a mistake or a misclick. Uh-oh. He's going to try to push over here to this expansion, I believe.
Ooh, killing that base is actually something pretty important right now. Holding the center, though, is not exactly what I think he should be doing. It's scary to just have units out in the center as Terran against Zerg. But here comes Overlords full of Banes. And here they go. Baneling's going to be dropping in a second here. And there they go, dropping all over the Marines. Cleaning up a lot of them. Just a handful of Roaches left, but the Siege tanks just destroying the Roaches with a little bit of Marauder support. And it looks like now Kyrix is finally going to fall apart. Put up some really good play there, but Ensnare is doing a very good job of coming back.
If he loses the hatchery, he can't deal with this army in the middle of the map. He's basically dead. Some more Banelings coming. Almost done more Banelings. He might try to stim and kill this before it finishes. Oh, very nice. Siege mode, very effective against the Banelings.
That's right, and unfortunately, as we see on that resource tab, we've had about 1,000+ gas for most of this game with Kyrix.
Yeah, that's too bad.
If he macroed a little bit better, imagine having 1,000 gas more units in this battle.
A lot more Banelings, that's for sure. Well, that's basically it. He's lost his base. Terran's here. Expect GG any minute.
Yeah, this was quite a weird game, I have to admit. I have never seen a Zerg play ZVT like this.
Yeah, I like it, though.
Big economy into trying a Baneling bust, into trying another Baneling bust, into mass Banelings, into 6 Mutas. Interesting play, but Ensnare does clean up Kyrix, and a solid play of Ensnare. Really helping him through there. Looks like Kyrix unhappy with his loss there. But that's okay, Kyrix. You're in the round of 16. You're doing well.
No shame.
You're going to be at least Code A.
Yeah.
And if you can win another 2 games, you're going to be in Code S, which means that
Tell him about him.
Code S? Well, I'll tell you what I know, which is Code S. There's going to be Code S, Code A, and Code B. And Code S is going to be the very top of the very top, competing in the tournaments, in the GSL and everything like that. But, of course, players are going to be able to move up through the ranks during the season. Code S, it's pretty important. Everyone wants it.
This is actually a critical phase in the tournament because if you do get to the final 8, you are going to be part of Code S.
Yeah.
Code S, of course, the most elite group of individuals in the GOMTV tournaments.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
That's right. I mean, a top 8, it is so hard to get one of those. And once you're in there, you are into the Code S. And that is no easy feat. So Ensnare, he's already got it. He's already going to be Code S. You know, he got top 4 last season. He's there. He's square. He's happy as a pear.
Fruit dealer jokes no matter where we are.
Yeah, man. Doesn't matter if Fruit dealer's in the tournament, out of the tournament. It'll be 10 years from
now.
His name's
still good. We gotta keep joking about it. The countdown has started. Let's get ready for game number 2 between OGS Ensnare and Kyrix on the Matt Blistering Sands.